There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just pick a dish and tell me what you like about it. I'm doing some market research.
Hammock dish. Add a side of shrimp dumplings, and there's your static component. Got it? A dish is more than substance, it's a mood. I call that static. Combining dynamic and static is how you create a perfectly balanced meal. A union between opposite but complementary features coexisting in perfect harmony.
So is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced? You know, a little meat, a little veggie, a little salt, a little sugar? Why, if it isn't the special guests who seldom visit. Less busy than usual, I see. Yikes! What happened to Baiju's voice? Oh, it's just Changsheng.
Welcome, welcome. Here to procure an herbal remedy, I presume? Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. Dishes where the ingredients have been finely chopped, on the other hand, are far more suitable for them. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a purely pharmaceutical perspective, I tend to recommend soups and stews. I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about the health implications these days. We've had quite the endless stream of patients recently. If you ask me, I think the changing weather is to blame.
Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of nutritional balance than the kind of food I normally cook. It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective. I'm feeling inspired. Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Xiangling's favorite thing to do. You can be sure she'll put lots of care and attention into it. Great! That makes this whole trip worth it.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. And Xiangling.
What's with this great big stone on the ground?
I was merely joking. You, meanwhile, seem only too ready to pounce when an opportunity to publicly lambaste me arises. Even when it means giving our poor mutual friend here the cold shoulder.
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been underwater for years, so the erosion will be what's given it that smooth finish.
Finds like this cannot be kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office. Placing it into our custody will also give them peace of mind.
Let's put that aside for a second. Traveler, what brings you here? Were you looking for someone?
Oh? Hopefully not because there's been some sort of cataclysmic event. I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words. Is that insufficiently simple for you?
Precisely put together. They taste pure. The presentation is smart. And alrighty. Thanks for all your input. I'll be sure to take it all into consideration.
Good. I'd like you to help me investigate something. It's about this stone.
You picked the right people for the job. We investigate stuff all the time.
I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moonchase Festival. However, I have my own understanding of this festival's roots. God in ancient Liyue, which people paid tribute to at a certain time of the year. Very few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. Some scholars believe that the Stove God was just another title held by the Lord of Geo, but others suggest that this was a different deity altogether. Now that Rex Lapis has passed on, and Liyue has entered the age of humankind, his successor should continue to respect our nation's culture and traditions, just as he did. Now that that's settled, time to get going. Jingsa Village is said to be home to a lot of historical texts, so I'd like to start by making some inquiries there.
Something. Are there any old books around Qingce Village?
I've come here to clean the book warehouse plenty of times before, but this is the first time I've run into these crooks.
Yes. I'm just along for the ride, really.
Your help thus far is quite ample. Liyue is a vast and rich land, All things that existed here in the past.
Well, in that case, I like cold food.
Minimal seasoning. Soups and stews, vegetables and broth, seafood or freshwater fish, either boiled or steamed. These kinds of dishes I am most partial to.
No surprises from the Gouba geek.
Forgive us, for this is where we must part ways. May your journey be a smooth one.